welcome back. Thank you for coming back. I'm making a very quick tutorial tonight on marble nails with dip powder. I think I might do it in two separate ways on two different fingers to show you two different techniques for doing it. Like I said, this is actually going to be a very quick tutorial. I have to repair this finger. My polygel snapped off. I don't actually know where the tip of it is. So yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs, I'm gonna soak off the rest that's left on here. I am going to get myself all set up, do an initial dip on these fingers, and then switch everything around so you guys can see two different ways of achieving that marble look on your dip nails. So thanks for coming back, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hey guys, okay, so I'm gonna do a quick tutorial on two different ways to get that marble effect with your dip. I'm doing this like peachy pink, and I'm gonna add a little bit of gray with Revel's Celine. But I kind of wanted, I don't know, I saw this like Renaissance painting of like the little angel babies in the sky, and it was like peachy and blue with like hints of gray. Anyway, so I was just looking through some inspiration type stuff, and that's what struck me today. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this, my index finger, with the more traditional way that I think most people do their marbling, where you pour a little bit into your dip tray or whatever you're using. I'm going to be using a cupcake liner because I don't have one of those fancy dip trays. And then you dot it with the accent colors that you want, do a little bit of swirly, do a dip, and call it a day. So I will get to doing that. And you know, like, it does waste a bit of dip powder, but let's be very honest, I have so many colors that it doesn't really matter if I'm wasting a teaspoon or something of a color. Whatever, I don't care. I'm sure that there's a better way to do this without wasting powder, but as I've said, I don't really care if I'm wasting a little bit of powder here and there. This is actually the, I want to say March mystery box from last year. The sparkly peachy color that was in it. Okay, so now I want to, I'm going to put a little bit of ice. This is another Revel color. Just do little like drops here and there. But you have to make sure it's enough that it's going to show up. Don't be too stingy with it. Okay. And then I'm doing just the tiniest bit of gray Celine because I want most of it to be this like peachy blue. There. Okay. And then take a toothpick if you have one available. I have my dotting tool like usual. Really swirl till you're happy with it. I think that looks pretty good. Let's see if I can. I don't want to disturb it too much, so. Okay, there we go. So that's what we've got to dip into. And I'm using, of course, my new favorite liquids, Mani Mix. They launched on Friday or Saturday, and they sold out the same day. And they should have, because they're amazing dips. Or sorry, amazing liquids. The dips are also amazing. All right, so you do a full coverage coat. And of course you want to have a base dip down. If you're just doing like a really traditional black and white marble, obviously do a layer of white dip underneath, and then you lay flat into your design. And there. It is marbly looking. You can't see it too much, to be honest with you, on the camera, but in person and once it's activated and stuff, you'll see what's going on. All right, so that is the first and most traditional way to do a marble. I might actually just keep this color because it's sort of like a muted. I think I'll keep that. Anyways, I like it. So for the second way to do a marbling, It's a little bit different. It's more like the same technique that you would use when you're doing an ombre. I have my brushes ready to go, and I'm going to do it on this blue base. I'm probably not going to do any more blue tapping, but I'm keeping it handy just in case I run into a problem and have to cover something. I'm mostly going to be doing the peachy color with very small accents again of the gray. So yeah, again, you just do a full coverage coat of your liquid, base liquid. And then I'm going to go in with the peachy color and do some tapping in kind of like a curvy fashion. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the gray. And I am actually going to do a little bit of the blue. I'm mostly just going to kind of try to cover the nail so that it sticks in any spots that there is no peach or gray going on. I'm going to wait for that to set for a little bit, just a minute or two, not even, and wipe it off and see if there's anything that I need to adjust. So here's the first one that I did with the more traditional marble technique. I'm going to activate it so you guys can see, because that always shows what you're really working with once you activate. All right. So it's more subtle, but that's kind of what I'm going for. Like I said, I was inspired by like the Renaissance paintings of the little cherub angel babies in the sky, looking adorable. So I'm going to let that activator dry. I'm going to brush this guy off now and see what I've got and see if I want to add anything. Alright, I do actually want to touch up a few things, so I'm going to do another full coat and then go in first with my gray accent that I want to kind of put here and a little bit on the corner and see where we're at after that. And then once again, I'm going to hit it entirely with blue so that blue is covering any spots that didn't get peach or gray, mostly to keep the layer even here, so I'm not doing any filing and buffing for 900 years because things are uneven. Yes, that's more of what I was looking for. All right, I'm going to get these guys out of the way. I'm going to let this set for a second. Just see a little spot where it's still a little bit wet, so I'm just going to touch it with some gray to make sure it's totally absorbed. Activate this. Activate the rest of my nails so I can get on with it. I just did the other ones in the Mother's Day peachy. Mother's Day? No, mystery box. Yeah, it was the spring mystery box from 2019. Yeah, and so that's where we're at with the two different styles. This one is, I think, probably more like sky-like, like what I was looking at. and I'm really enjoying it so far. And then this, of course, I mean, any just traditional marble is really neat. I love them. But yeah, so I'm gonna cut this one short. That's probably my fastest tutorial ever. I'm gonna go off camera and do all my like filing and buffing and top coating, and then I will come back and show you guys what it looks like when we're done. Thanks. Hey guys, okay, so I came back to do top coat because I love watching the top coat go on. So you have to watch it. You don't have to, you can click off if you want. Please don't. Wait till the end. All right, so Mani Mix base and top. It is amazing. She is sold out, but she will have a restocking announcement out soon. It's not going to be too long. I know that she has kind of a stockpile of her mini jars. She just needs to fill them and all that stuff. As far as the 1/2 ounce bottles go, I know because of the sorts of times we're living in right now, there's a bit of a restocking, reshipping from the supplier issue. So it might be a bit of a wait on the larger bottles, but you can always just buy more of the mini ones if you don't want to run out. Plus, you know what? Having the mini ones and more than one of them is kind of nice, because then you can reserve one of your bottles for glitters, one for solids. It's just handy to have some separate bottles to use. I'm really liking how these turned out. As with every time I film a tutorial, it's usually like, it's obviously not the first time I've done marbling, but it's the first time that I've done like really non-traditional colors. So I was kind of thinking like, oh gosh, this is not going to show up enough, because usually you do with like a white and a dark color, or you know, definitely a light color as a base and then a darker color to marble through. But I was going with 3 pretty muted shades here, so I was a little bit nervous, but it kind of ended up looking exactly like what I was hoping for when I was looking at all those Renaissance paintings. Alrighty. Obviously my cuticles need a moisture or two, but yeah, that's where we're at with the marbling. Sorry you can't see it all that well because my top coat is too shiny. Said no one ever. Yeah, so that's where we are. I will, of course, take some decent pictures once I've got a little bit of moisture on my cuticles and I've got a little bit of daylight. But yeah, thanks for coming back, you guys, and thanks for hanging in. I hope the video is helpful. Talk to you next time. Bye.